In Matthews, a remarkable relationship has grown between the congregations of two churches, one mostly black and the other mostly white.
It's something that's been developing for several years now. And as I learned, it all started with a special friendship between their two pastors. And first, I know that you all have a personal friendship. So tell us about that first.
2016, I had become the first African-American commissioner in the town of Matthews. And it was some difficult times because just being adjusted and getting adjusted to the board and being accepted. And about 6 months after I was there and trying to bring about some changes, this fellow, Pastor Chuck Wilson, came over to Matthews United Methodist, and I was the first person he called when he came to town. And we kept playing phone tags, and finally he just came over to the church and told me, he said, "Larry, I wanted to meet you." He said, "The Lord sent me to you." And I said, "Now, why would the Lord send me a little white guy coming over to my church?" I said,
I heard about Pastor Whitley, so I reached out to him and I said, "I want to be your new best friend." And I know he looked at me like I was just a Looney Tune or something like that. But it's so fun to see. His daughter describes us as BFFs. And Eric, it's just led to a whole host of activities and works and ministries and exchanges.
And talk to us more about that, how the friendship between the two of you and then the friendship between your congregations and the ways that you've worked together to do so much in the community.
First of all, we started a series of conversations of racial bridge building forums, and we've now done this one. This coming fall will be our 10th forum on racial bridge building in our community.
We realized that Sunday morning is the most segregated place in America, and we felt like we could do something to make that better. And so we started visiting. My members would go visit his service, and he would come visit some of his members come visit mine, and we have truly bridged the gap. Now we have a swap pulpits, and I had Chuck to come preach here, and I went over there.
You know, we've got a town of nearly 35,000 people, and there was no Martin Luther King celebration in our community. In our relationship, we said, all right, that's got to change. We're going to have it right here. And so we have marched the people of Matthews through this town on several occasions.
What would you speak to and inform people about what you now believe needs to happen going forward?
There's nothing, you know this, Erica, quite like relationships that help to build bridges and tear down walls. And that's what we've been about.
The same thing that white America want is the same thing Black America want. We want a good job. We want a house with a picket fence, 2 or 3 kids, a dog or a cat, and we want to be able to retire. That's it. That's all we're going to get on this side of Jordan.
And an interesting sidebar, Reverend Whitley spent 30 years in law enforcement. He told me he did experience discrimination during that time, but he learned from it and always vowed to treat people better than he had been treated at times.